Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. All right, Pisces, I am so happy to see you. It's been forever. I know, my schedule's been out of whack. It always is. You might think, does this lady even have a schedule? Well, yeah, I do, kind of. It consists of cleaning, mostly. No, just momming it up, right? These summer months are just sometimes wild. But thankfully, we're getting into the autumn here in the United States, in the Northern Hemisphere, going into winter down south. Or no, summer, I'm sorry. We're going to be going into winter pretty soon. You're going into spring, so that might be a happy reprieve, right? I hope so. So we have the energy of the High Priestess, which, of course, is one that, it's very wrapped up in intuition. I mean, that's the biggest thing. When I see the High Priestess, I know that you are quite interconnected. You are flowing with the divine. Now, the other part of this is learning to move in a way that is controlled and intentional, yet free and flowing. This reminds me of one of my favorite sayings, and in fact, it is probably the motto of my life as a neurodivergent person, which I am. And that is festina lente, right? And that is hasten slowly. Quicken slowly. Go faster slowly. I want you to think about that one. That's something that I contemplate often, and it has been one of my great mantras, mottos, maybe even an essence in my life, right? For 15 years at least. So, think about that one. Think about how is it that we can both move intentionally and yet still let the river take us through the current, right? So let's begin. Let's start. Let's see what's going on. Now, I want to say thank you for being here. I want to say if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Any kind of interaction from you, really, I guess, makes the algorithm happy. Which it's not very happy with me lately because I have not been putting out content on a normal basis, at least not like I used to. So we got to get this algorithm finessed and primed and doing its thing. So if you do want to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know how you're doing. If you have a prayer request, you can put that in the comments or you can email it to me. I know sometimes you just don't want to put your business out there. I feel you. I've just become an oversharer. Probably partially because of the channel. Probably also I just am like an info dumper. And sometimes that's about like my emotions in life. All right, let's get started. We have a taller figure here, a person there, and we have a younger person right here in front. Okay, so two people, both with arms raised, hands out, similar to like this, okay? And to me, this is very much a votive posture. This is one of giving offering, maybe even of awe. If you've been on this channel at all, watched my readings, I'm just obsessed with, all things religious and spiritual. I just love people in grace and people in their place of divinity and worship and connectedness and agape and all of that. That's like my favorite flavor in life. But I really love there are these sets of Mesopotamian votive statues where they are what we assume is maybe like devotees or people who worked in the temples or whatever it is. But their heads are raised up, chin up, as if they're looking at the sky. With eyes that are large and pupils that almost look kind of dilated, right? So there's this sense of awe, this wonderment, witnessing something that is, you just can't fathom what this could be, right? And so when I see this posture, this feeling of going out beneath the sky, lifting your hands up, receiving the sunlight, the air, and it might be at night. It could be the dark. You are looking at those stars. You are making your plans. You are dreaming. You are letting your mind wander. You are experiencing the greatness that is the universe. You are divinely connected. You're just flowing with inspiration, with ideas, with fragments of concepts, things just pouring in. And here you are receiving what you have asked for, your appeals, your prayers, your wantings, your desires, your, that fever pitch that builds up in your chest, in your root, in your fingertips, in your lips. In your lips. Have you ever wanted for something so much you could feel it in the tip of your nose? You could feel it in your your lips, your toes. I mean, just pouring through you, aching to get out, like plants with tendrils growing towards the sun, pulling itself up. Here we are, Pisces. You are full of energy right now. You are full of fire, passion, wanting. That's what I feel most of all, a wanting, an aching. What is it? What is it that you want? I feel that there is, because we have the two people. We have the larger figure, the child, the inner child, most likely. It doesn't feel like a wanting necessarily for something external so much as, I think, finding your voice. Because we do also have, if you see in the hand, here would be the head of the person, here's the body, right? And the hand is up here. In the hand we have a small, it looks like a feminine person with hair flowing in some kind of dress. Now, maybe it's not feminine. It could be in a robe. You listen, my husband has hair that is now longer than mine. I trimmed my hair and I cried the day that I did, because now I'm not the one with the longest hair in the family. But yeah, I mean, we very loosely play gender roles over here, okay? And abide, right? Gender stereotypes. So, yeah, it could be a masculine person. Absolutely. But let me just say, it does feel feminine and in line with the High Priestess. It definitely seems as though this is a sense of wanting to get your voice out there. But this is a part of your psyche that is maybe very linked to what we would call Sophia, right? And this is in, obviously, the Abrahamic religions, particularly Gnostic, Coptic, early Christianity, Hebrew, the Hebrew, Judea system, right? This idea of the feminine aspect of, right, the greater God force, or you have so many names for it, right? The divine. The feminine aspect of the divine. And the many mothers, the many sisters, the many daughters, the many grandmothers, the many friends, teachers, caregivers, destroyers, right? Destroyers. I'm looking at a picture of Kali right now. Oh, and there she is over there. Yeah, the fierce mother, the dark mother. All of these contained. No, never contained. Are you kidding me, girl? Who could contain that kind of energy? No, flowing freely. But yes, definitely in the vein of that Sophia energy. Okay, so to me, this tells me you are talking from the core of your being. You have something to say that is earth moving. Now, not for everybody, because, not everybody speaks in the languages that you do. Not everybody can relate to the experiences that you have, right? And you know this from readings like this. You might be sitting here saying, this lady is NUTS. What is she talking about? I came here to find out if the dude at work is going to ask me out. He's not. Don't worry about it. Focus on yourself. But that's not usually what we talk about. And that's okay. And that's okay. Maybe this isn't your kind of reading. Maybe you come here, you think, okay, I'm just going to listen to her ramble a little bit. I don't know what she's talking about. She's on and on about things I don't care about. And that's fine. Right? But then there are those people. Your people. My people. Our people. And they have ears to hear. They have eyes to see. They are being led by, whatever it is, whatever thing that they are working on. And it will lead us to each other. So if you find yourself here or anywhere, in any reading or any place in life, keep your ears open. That's something I'm working on because I'm just like a lot of us, most of us. I hear it for about 3 seconds and I say, if I don't like that, I don't want to hear it. On to the next, right? Well, sometimes we just got to sit in the thing. It might not make very much sense to us, but guess what? The longer you stay, the more you're going to understand. The more it's going to start sinking in. So, I feel like this is a place for you to begin. I don't know, maybe you're beginning your ministry. Maybe you are deciding, hey, I'm finally going to open up that, Reiki practice. I'm going to, I'm going to finally start sharing with people my knowledge of hiking or, some specialized thing. Or to me, though, it must be spiritual because this is very related to Sophia. Now, for some reason, immediately as I was saying that, I was thinking this seems like it might even be about women's health or something like a lactation, like buddy. I forget what they're called. Peer support person. I had one. She was wonderful. Amazing, actually. And, it could be something like that. I don't know. But I feel like this is the big thing right here. This voice you have that I don't think that you've really ever shared that much. Well, welcome to 2025 or 26, wherever we are. Get your phone out. Start making videos. Start talking to the world. It's as easy as that. I mean, it's not really that easy, but, just for anybody out here that wants to start a channel or start making content or whatever, this is my biggest advice. Just start filming everything. Film it. Film the things you like to do. And figure out, what feels natural. What do you think that you would like to keep doing, right? And go with it. So now we also have, it looks like, we have the Artemis energy over here. So Artemis is also Diana, the huntress. She is also pictured in some motif says being kind of covered in mammaries. They almost look like water balloons, right? And this is a sign of, well, as the historians say, a sign of fertility, right? This is like the ultimate mother goddess. She's just all booze, right? She is making milk left and right. They even have water fountains of Artemis. Look it up. Artemis water fountain, and you'll see they're just absolutely that mother's milk fountain pouring out, right? Very fertile. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean, if it comes up in our readings, that you are physically in a place where, yeah, you are creating a child, right? But what it does indicate to me is the soils are fertile. Now, this could be in your mind, this could be emotionally, this could be your creativity, your ability to make resources. It could be, yes, that you're creating a human, or maybe that there is a human in your family being created, right? A grandchild, a nephew, a niece, whatever. Right? Now, I do believe that this again has to do with your spiritual work, and this is where you're headed. And if you're not a spiritual person, I don't know what to tell you. It feels very potent, okay? Now, over here, we have the deer, right? You can see the head, here are the eyes, the nose. The eyes are closed. We are coming into the beginnings of hibernation. We are slowing down, right? So this is actually my favorite part of the spiritual cycles. When we start to get into the incubation, we are getting into hibernation mode. We are going to collect our informations, and then we are going to crawl into our warm, cozy little nest before the snow starts falling, right? We're going to get in there. We're going to turn on our little lamp. We're going to get our little book out. And we're going to cuddle up and we're going to read in our safe little nest. And then when we're done reading, we're going to contemplate. We're going to process slowly and fall into our slumber. And so the next months, as we march on into the darkness, right? Winter is coming. Now in the south, it's the opposite. I'm just imagining, use all of this, but backwards. It's really bright outside, but so hot that you're hiding inside too. You're in your little cave trying to get away from the heat. Okay, so use that as your imagery. So, yeah. This is a time where I think you are building up. What is it that you want to say? You know you have a lot to say. You know that you have a lot to share. But what is it? You know, my daughter and I, we get going, right? We get going real fast. And this is the same for both she and I, when we get to a place where we're so excited and we're trying to get all of the words out and they get jumbled, and then it's like repeating, almost not a stutter, but like a just repeating, trying to push through the sentence, right? And you might notice this. I talk in circles a little bit because I'm trying to get to that thing. And so sometimes you got to stop. I tell her, honey, let's just stop. We're going to think about what we're going to say, and we can say it slowly. I'm here. I'm here all day, baby. Take your time. You don't have to rush. I have to stop too, and I have to go slower sometimes. You know, I got to stop and think about, what am I going to say? What are the words I need? You know, what am I trying to convey to this person? You know, and I do. And I feel like this is a similar energy. It is a stopping. It is the moving slowly. It is the thinking it through. Do the brainstorming. Do the just free-flowing associative writing, recording, painting, building, whatever it is. and then edit later on. This is not the editing period. We're in incubation. We're creating right now. So don't worry about refining it. Right now you're collecting ideas. Now, I also feel like we have two very masculine energies. This one has antlers, so it really is like the stag energy. Now we also have maybe a younger masculine energy. And down here we have the great big fish. Okay? So I almost kind of feel like you have maybe like two masculine best friends, or maybe these are brothers. I don't know, spouses, possibly. No judgment here. We, again, it's 2025, baby. Come on. Do you. however that worked out, I mean, yeah. I've seen some stuff in these bowls before. So it almost does kind of, I don't know. I'm not going to put this on you, but I'm going to say it because I'm just messy sometimes. It does feel like you have more than one love interest maybe going right now as we speak. Cool. Good for you. Good for you. You have a lot of energy to be putting up with all that. But I almost feel like I don't know. I almost feel like it works, and it's not like a bad thing. This isn't like ooh, girl, what's about to happen here? Or, ooh, guy, what's about to happen here? Like, there's going to be a lot of fallout. No, I feel like this is like, a very like strong bond. Maybe it's not like a whole poly thing or open marriage, or I almost just feel like it's like unsaid. Just like, okay, you have other friends, you have other people you talk to, whatever, right? But I feel like for you, this alignment, it's like you get something out of these friendships, these relationships, lovers, romantic partners, whatever they are. Even, like I said, they could be brothers. Pause. Those things not related. That's not what I'm implying. But it could be platonic, absolutely. And that you are working closely with both, and maybe, either way, I feel like this is where you're making money. So it could be work friends. I don't know, but I think you have a close bond with these people. I feel like they have good ideas. That's the big thing. I think you like being around them because when you are, it's like the like building and conversation, hashing things out, like really like troubleshooting projects, all of this kind of stuff. These are the people you can sit and do that with. And it is productive. And that's the big thing here. You need Pisces. As a Pisces, and I love you. I'm your big sister Virgo, even if I'm younger than you. You need people who are doing things. You need people who are proactive, who are busy with stuff, who have... they have passions and they're devoted to like doing stuff, their work in life. Now, I'm not saying that's all they do, but I think that you need to be around people who aren't just kind of like sitting around, because it really does affect you. The way that people, their energies, the way that they talk. When you're around somebody who's super negative and like, oh, this and that, and I don't like this. Like, have you ever been out to a restaurant? Like, and it's expensive, dude, okay? Like, I'm paying to go sit here and eat, and paying somebody, I'm tipping somebody, which I'm a good tipper. I was a waitress for a long time. Please tip. I understand it doesn't all make sense or whatever, but yeah, it's tip industry, so that's what we got to do, guys. Anyways, but you go out and it's expensive. It's an investment to go out and eat these days, right? And then you go out with somebody who loves to complain about everything. the drinks didn't come fast enough. Oh my gosh, can you believe that there's a little brown spot on this avocado? Or, whatever. And so you're stuck with somebody who is just, and you start to feel like, yeah, this place really does suck. This is gross. The tap water doesn't taste good. I drink tap water. I don't. Well, I do when I go out because that's what they give me. But I know. Listen, where I live, we have well water and filtering and stuff. But I know some of you are like, oh, Lenor, the calcification, I can feel it from here. But anyways, yes, I do feel like you are easily swayed by people's energies because you're an empath. You're a Pisces. There's no way around it. I'm sorry. If you have any major placement for Pisces, like, yeah, sun, moon, ascendant, Venus, you are an empath. Sorry, not sorry. We need more of you. So you need to be around people who are doing things. Period. Now, we also have repeating A's in your, I'm going to put this over here, actually. Repeating capital letter A. Okay, so an A name, I think. Important. Also, I just feel like in this next period of time, you are going to be making more money than you thought you were. And that's the other big thing. That big fish, my goodness. That's like Pisces hits the jackpot of like work stuff. Like you got the job, you started the business, you're getting clients, that kind of thing. It's not just going to come freely. Like you're not going to just inherit $1 million, but you will have the opportunity to make more money coming up here for sure. Now we have AE. AE. Another A. We also have the 9 of Cups. Okay. 9 of Cups. Right here. We have a 9 and we have a cup. This I feel like it's like the realization of the beloved in your life. I almost kind of feel like you've been looking for your soulmate or like, your person. And I think that you've like in times found people that are partly that, but not all the way. Like you haven't gotten to that point where it's just like, yes, this is it. I know this is it. You don't even have to tell me. There's no language for it. I just know. I don't think you found that place yet. But I do believe you are stepping into it. And now, let me just be clear here. I don't think that it is necessarily a person where you find this. Because we do know, right? And we know this beneath the light of the High Priestess. We find the beloved within self. You are your own beloved. When you can figure out how to want for yourself like you want for somebody that, is smart, beautiful, I don't know. I was going to say consistent. I know, very romantic, right? I'm a Virgo, okay? I need like consistency. I need affection. I need to be babied just a little bit, not a lot, because don't patronize me. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, we get pretty complicated, us Virgos. Pisces, though, I feel like for you, a lot of times it's like, are you just like a kind person? Are you chill? Like, do you not if you don't raise your voice, then okay, you can come in. Come on in, But I feel like this is a discovery time for you. Where, it might not be like literally you're dating yourself. Although I do highly recommend having a love affair with yourself. You might think, what the heck does that mean? Listen, if you're trying to get with, I'm just assuming, well, most people here viewership-wise are female. And I don't know. I don't know who you're looking for, but I'm saying if, and this is an example, don't, you want Greg from, I don't even know, like creative writing class. That would be fun. Take a creative writing class. And you just, oh my gosh, you want him. You're pursuing him. Not crazy, but, a little bit putting it out there, letting it know, or letting it be known, sowing the seeds. You might be doing your hair up a little bit nicer, wearing clothes that don't have, your kids' snacks all over the front or whatever. And you know the feeling. They're just wanting to catch somebody's eye. And then the courtship, the back and forth, waiting for the text, the looks, the moments where we can, have small talk or whatever it is, right? That feeling, that continuous building up of, that getting to know you, falling in love, all of that. Now do that with yourself. At first, it's like a put on. It might even feel like role playing or something like that. But when you start to get into the habit, you walk past like a mirror and you say, gosh, dang, who is that? Now, I'm not saying you got to catcall yourself. Okay, maybe you can. Maybe you should. But, start building from an easy place like that. That we've all been there. We've all looked at ourselves in the mirror and thought, dang, and that's accessible, but you build it on up. Start treating yourself like you would treat somebody that, you really want to get to know. You want to see where this goes. You want to spend some time together. That's the greatest love affair. So it might be that. It might be really that you are spending time finally with yourself, devoted to self-love. But it might also be that you're finding this in, your projects, your work, your creativity, what have you. Whatever it is, I feel that you are coming into a ripeness in your life. And that feels wonderful. And it feels surprising. I feel like you are surprised with yourself. And you should be, not just surprised, but you should be thanking yourself. Thanking yourself as if you were thanking somebody else, for giving you a huge opportunity or saving you or, whatever it is. Assisting you in building your life. Now you need to give the same thanks to yourself. And that will piggyback on the self-courtship, the self-love. It all goes together. It all goes together. Now, we'll do our lucky numbers here in a second. I need to get a little drink of water. It is getting toasty in my studio, last time I said I'm working in a closet, somebody's like, I'm so sorry you have to work in a closet. No, don't be sorry. I chose to put my little booth in here. The soundproofing's better. It's easier. So, anyways, let's go. We'll do 3 lucky numbers, and of course, it's right off this side. It's 58, number of 58. 59. All right, 58, 59. Oh, 81. And 81. All right. And we're going to finish with our wild offering oracle cards. They're gorgeous. I'll stop where it feels right. Work. I am now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. There we go. The voice that you have. The things that you have to say. The guidance. And that's the big thing. The guidance. You have so much. People are going to be drawn to you. Now, you might say, I don't feel like anybody's ever been drawn to me before, or like you just, you make friends easily, but it's kind of whatever. When you step into your own light, which is coming from you, but you are fully embodied in it. I know that doesn't really make sense, but in my mind it does, right? People are just going to be coming from all over to witness you, to hear you, to be beside you. So there will be an onslaught. Now, you have to be careful, though, because you're going to attract people who genuinely connect with you, but you're also going to attract people who are predatory, period. This is something I've learned through this channel myself, and especially my husband's channel. Just very weird energies. Let me just say weird. I don't know how to... just very uncomfortable, predatory, unsafe. Very unsafe energies. But we peep game. We peep game, So that's one thing. Be careful of that. Okay, not everybody that shows up with sweet things to say and, whatever, not all of them are there to really benefit you or to support you or to receive whatever it is, whatever gift it is that you are giving. Okay, so use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. Absolutely. Universe provides. I'm on this thing of my current meditation is receiving the other, right? And being trying anyways, in a place or a posture of not unconditional love, because listen, life has served me too many blows to be even thinking about unconditional love yet, right? It is coming. I see it down there somewhere. But yeah, just to embrace the other. That's the big thing. When I feel that I just want to reject somebody off the surface, or even if their energy, unless it feels unsafe, right? If it's unsafe, that's another thing. But I might meet somebody just, whatever aesthetic or work they do or how they were raised or whatever. Not that I'm not supportive of them being their own individual, but sometimes we just don't mesh with people. They're just not the kind of people that we're trying to hang out with or talk to or get to know or whatever. I am intentionally working on trying to dissipate some of that, the walls that I've put up in my mind, right? Now, you have to understand as well, I come from a time where we literally divided ourselves in school and stuff over do you listen to rock music or rap music? There wasn't even country where I'm from Sacramento, in California. Now, people listen to country, of course, but it was not part of the zeitgeist of teenage dumb, right? And everything was very much about, kind of self-organizing ourselves. And I don't know if it's still like that. I'm sure it is. But, I have this deeply rooted need to categorize. And sometimes I can be very dismissive of other people because they don't, they're not into the same stuff I'm into. And I don't think that, first of all, I don't think that's fair. And I recognize that, but also I'm missing a lot of opportunities for growth because I shut myself off to somebody because of what, right? The way that they wear their hair, the music they listen to, their politics, their, the kind of foods they eat. I don't know, like there's so many things that seem so ridiculous to me. So I am actively doing this. It's hard for me. It might not be hard for you. And you might be thinking, oh, Lenore, that's just like baseline being a human. Well, I don't know how human I could be. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I'm trying to find it. Trying to find that humanity. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's worth expanding our horizons, right? So anyways, I'm rambling. I love you. Pisces, I missed you. Thank you for spending this time here with me. It really is always such a great privilege for me. And I want you to take care of yourself. We're coming up on Halloween. It's coming. I'm so excited. The trees are starting to get a little bit yellow over here. I saw some geese this weekend. I mean, I just had my 40th birthday. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. Now I'm going to start telling people I'm 45. I've been saying I was 40 since I was 35, just hoping I make it, right? And now I'm going for 45. We're going to start saying, oh, I'm almost 45. Yeah, that's my new answer. So anyways, I love you. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk soon. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, send those prayer requests, and goodbye.